Good morning, everyone. It's Andrew. I'm here to talk with Ronald Pantin this morning, who's the executive chairman, of NG Energy, which is a Colombian-focused gas company. This is an energy play specifically in Colombia, and I like this for a lot of reasons. And it may seem contradictory to some because I'm such a mining-based person. I believe in this electric future in battery energy solutions. But I'm also a realist, and I know where we are in the world in regards to the energy we use today, how long it's going to take to get to the energy vision of tomorrow, just in the developed world, in the West. Never mind the fact that in the developing world, there's still many countries still using coal, including India, China, Africa. As most know, most of the environmental damage and carbon emissions, if that's something you follow, come from developing nations. They don't come from the West. So this is a solution for South America. It is a huge opportunity to help bring gas and to bring these countries up and to lift them up so that energy is provided for people at a reasonable rate. And as many people know, if you're looking strictly at financial economic development of a country, energy is absolutely critical. If you have energy, use of energy, and ability to get energy at a reasonable rate, it can lift the lifestyle of countries up miraculously. So I like this because it is an interim solution and that helps to get us towards the vision we want to see in the future. So without further ado, I'm looking forward to having this conversation, and we're going to learn a lot about NG Energy. We're going to talk about the opportunity this has and how we can help to develop Colombia. And also, they have greater, expectations of hopefully serving the South American market. Looking forward to hearing a bit more detail from Ronald, but it's going to be an interesting interview. It's Andrew here with Supercharged Stocks. Pleased to have Ronald Pantin, who is the chairman of NG Energy International, which is an energy company, oil and gas, but specifically gas company based in Colombia, but with, I believe, bigger visions for South America. And this has a very unique opportunity to it for a number of reasons, and I don't want to steal the show. There's a lot of news here. There's a demand and price situation, which is very unique. And of course, the management is absolutely outstanding. A big track record in South America and specifically in Colombia. They're meeting the needs that absolutely is demanded there. They've got a great track record. This is a stock to definitely look for in the new year with, I hope, production in the first quarter. But once again, I don't want to steal the show. Lots of news. Welcome to the show. And how are things starting this week on Monday?
Thank you very much. Things are, okay with this problem now with the pandemic, but things are okay, especially in Colombia with the natural gas sector. I think it's a great opportunity.
Yes, and so one of the biggest opportunities there is you have a premium price in Colombia, and my understanding is that you're solely focused on providing energy for Colombia and South America. You're not looking towards shipping up to North American markets or across to Asia. This is an entirely focused solution to provide desperately needed energy towards, I'll say, South America.
Yeah, I think probably that's the most important thing of the company, that is focusing natural gas. And the reason for that is that natural gas is a transition fuel for the future. As you know, the transportation sector, that is the only sector that is left for oil, for liquid oil. Yeah. It's been displaced to electric cars, electric trucks. Everybody's talking about electricity. And so with this, they need electricity. And the electricity is produced mainly by natural gas, power plants fueled with natural gas. And that's what we have is in our focus. In the case of Colombia, especially, is very important because Colombia is having a steep decline in supply and an increase in demand. And the reason for that is that the main fields that supply Colombia right now are declining significantly. Actually, Colombia at this moment is producing 1.2 BCF a day of natural gas. And in 5 years' time, we'll be producing the projections that we have right now, 600 million. So it's half of what is producing right now. On the other side, in the case of the demand is growing from 1.2, that is the demand actually, to in 5 years' time to 1.5. So you'll see an increase in demand and a decline in supply. The increase in demand is due mainly to a problem that it had a very important hydro project called Hidro Ituango that almost collapsed, and we don't know yet if that is going to be canceled or it's going to be delayed. But it's a 2,400 megawatts that is a very important energy supply in Colombia. So right now, the government is desperate, asking for the producers like us to produce natural gas, and they have given the status of emergency to this kind of projects. Colombia also has a regasification plant to import LNG, but the prices are very high. Right now, the prices for LNG in Colombia are $8 per million BTU, and the prices for the local producers are over $5 per million BTU. That, as you know, is more than twice the price of a Henry Hub here in the U.S.
So this is quite an exciting opportunity because you've touched on a number of things. You've got two big projects, both with great data. One being Maria Conchita, which you've got lots of great news. I believe the other day, a news release, you've taken next big steps towards production on that, but we won't jump on that one first. We'll talk about S9, which I believe is a 311,000 acre property, and it's attached to Canacol. Oh, it's adjacent to Canacol, so it's very close by. One of the current producers. So you're in two excellent areas with large packages of land, but you also had incredible results back, I believe it was September, October. And one of the things, I work a lot in mining, and I come from Alberta, which is an oil and gas place. And whenever I would talk to people and say, listen, have interest in mining, they'd say to me, Andrew, you drill a hole in mining and you ask for another $200 million and I have to wait 5 years to get anything out of the ground. Energy, if you find something, boom, it's production pretty quick. And this is, you're in a place that requires production immediately, wants it, and you're ready to provide.
Andrew, that's very true, actually, and especially natural gas. Let me give you the net backs. For example, in oil, right now you can sell oil in Colombia for $40 per barrel, and your cost is around 35. So your net back is only $5 per barrel. In the case of natural gas, you are selling a barrel of oil equivalent for, if it's at $5 per million BTU, so it's about $30 per barrel of oil equivalent. But your cost is only $2 or $3. So you have $27 net back. So it's a totally different story than oil right now.
Yes.
It's really very impressive. Another thing, Andrew, we also have Tiburon that I would like to talk to that block. We have Maria Conchita, that is, we have 35 BCF of natural gas of 2P reserves, and we think that we'll be drilling a couple of wells in 2021 and re-enter another well. With that, we might get between 80 and 100 BCF. At the beginning of this year, we re-enter into a well, and we tested that well for 30 million standard cubic feet, 3 DSTs in 3 different zones with more than 10 million per zone. So it was very good. Right now, we're building a pipeline to connect the well to a main pipeline that takes supplies Bogota City, that is the capital of Colombia, at the excellent prices. We have prices over $5, and we might get an increase in prices as we see what I mentioned before, the decline in supply and the increase in demand. In the case of Sinu 9, is the jewel of the crown. We have 1 TCF of natural gas. That's a lot. It's the main onshore block in Colombia. It neighbors Canacol. Canacol is producing 200 million in the standard cubic feet a day. And we are in the upper part of the same structure. So, is in the case of natural gas, that's very important because water comes from below. So we'll be producing for a long, long time natural gas from the upper part of the same structure, while the lower part gets flooded. It's really very it's incredible. We also have a well that tested over 10 million standard cubic feet in Sino 9. So those are proven areas. It's not here. We're not talking about exploration. We're talking about appraisal wells more than exploration. And last but not least, I would like to talk about Tiburon. Tiburon is the other block that we have. It's a super giant. Actually, it's in the middle of Chuchupa Ballena. That is the main field supplier of natural gas in Colombia for the last 40 years. Right now, it's in a steep decline. It's south of Orca. That is an offshore project that was discovered by Anadarko, Ecopetrol, and Petrobras, and is west of the main project in South America that is in Venezuela, that is called Perla. It's nearby, but in the Venezuelan border, with more than 18 TCF of natural gas. We have the same geology, we have the seismic, and we're very optimistic about it. The only problem for NGX is that this will be, a major project that we will have to join with an oil major to be able to develop that project.
The scope and size, it's hard to even get one's head wrapped around because it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And people can kind of get lost in how big it is. Two, you've mentioned a number of times with each project, infrastructure is there. And the infrastructure that isn't there, you raised $10 billion with Canaccord for a debenture that's going into pipeline, which is already started. You also have a partnership with CPVEN for 4 drill holes on the Sino 9. So much has happened to immediately get things done that you don't see this, like companies hitting milestones this fast, this quick. And that's what I find so exciting about this. And not many people are looking at it as they should, because you guys are set up. I think you're trading at $1 today, which is outlandish. So there's a huge opportunity for an investor here. But it's also fitting into this, as you said, it's a transition resource that is absolutely required. It's needed. It isn't, hearsay. It's not a position. It's not a belief. This is required to help countries to raise up. Energy is one of the core economic solutions or developments for helping to raise countries up. So this is a huge company, especially for 2021. When you start, especially hopefully at the end of the first quarter, start getting some revenues, it will be quite the start to a year.
Yeah, that is the case. We have the right prices environment. We have the growth potential in these 3 blocks that I mentioned. One thing that I want to mention also is management. Remember that we come from Venezuela, from PDVSA before Chavez. We were the second largest oil company in the world. And I was president of PDVSA Oil and Gas. Then we went to Colombia and we founded Pacific Rubiales. Remember Pacific Rubiales? We went from a production of 14,000 barrels to 330,000 barrels in 6 years. Yes. And the stock price went from 80 cents to $35. So, we know what to do. We know very well Colombia. We have been there for more than 16 years. And right now we see a very clear opportunity from the demand side, from the resources that we have with a huge growth potential and with the prices. And also, last but not least, also Colombia. Colombia, I would say, is the best place to invest in Latin America. It's a very stable democracy.
I'm glad you brought up the details of management, because your whole management and board is stacked. And you had mentioned Pacifico Rubiales. That was such a big win for people. And you're sitting on properties too that will would certainly indicate that this stock has that potential to go on quite a run once people recognize and once you start hitting more of what's there and the news gets out. It's all coming together as we speak, and that's what's quite interesting too, with the ability to raise the money, get the pipeline finance and get started, to get the deals done so quickly, to get towards production. There's so much upside, blue sky potential to this, that regardless of what you've already done today, which is incredible, is that there's such a huge upside, and in a thirsty market that needs and demands it. Roughly it's 39% of the company is owned by insiders as well. So it's a firm commitment from management, from insiders. That's usually a good indication when you have all of these check marks checked off, and also so many insiders who are believers in the story. It's a very good sign for the year ahead. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in the new year. I don't even want to ask you, because I imagine the amount of milestones and the amount of news that's going to come out is going to be incredible. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I imagine you're probably pretty excited about 2021.
Yeah, the first quarter we will have the pipeline, and we will start monetizing the reserves of Maria Conchita. We will be also re-entering into the Istanbul well, and so there will be a lot of action in Maria Conchita. In the case of Sinu-9, we will be spotting the first well in April. So that's going to be 4 wells in a row. So with these discoveries, for sure you will have an important increase in the share price.
Incredible. It was a pleasure to speak with you. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot that's already happened just from September. Check out an article I've written that gives a bit more detail about what's happened as well. I really appreciate you taking the time to walk through this for my subscribers, as well, to really kind of spell out the huge opportunity there is here. And it totally fits in line with people's investment goals as well as values. I want to thank you once again for taking the time to chat with us, and look forward to chatting with you in the new year as well.
Thank you, Andrew, and take care of yourself.
All the best. Take care.